making something for part 2. And I covered a part of it up when I was fiddling with the microphone. So, okay, what we are going to be making today, I'm going to finish my water break real quick. And everybody else, get some water real quick. And then I'm going to put my apron on. This one is a family favorite. Casey loves this. She signs up for either this or a different kind of a salad for almost every, you know, family function that she needs to make something for. A, because it is super duper easy. And B, because I do not think we have met a human on the planet who won't eat this. That's above toddler age. Let's face that, because, you know, like Alyssa doesn't eat anything right. Or not nothing, but anyway, she wouldn't eat this right now. You can make this vegan. So if you want to know how to make a vegan version of this, just message me separately, or I will try to remember to tell you all how to make this. But the first thing that we're going to do for this, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. We're going to make something to go in it. And Christina wants to know where I got my water cup. I actually got this from Popsicle. So her name is Wendy, and we call her Popsicle. If she's here, Wendy, you could please let her know where we got this, where you got this, because I got it from her. She was kind enough to send it to me. And that's funny. So Popsicle just came on. So Popsicle, you've got somebody asking, Christina wants to know where I got the cup, and I said I got it from you. So I don't know where you got it. Okay. We're going to start on the first ingredient, the first part of this recipe, and then I'll tell you what the recipe is. So the first part, though, we have to make something to go in it. And what we're going to make is, we're going to make 4 slices or 8 pieces of my candied bacon. And the candied bacon recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So I'm going to quickly go over it, and then we're going to let it cook while we put the rest of it together. Oh, Barbara says Camper World has them. Awesome. And I know, Mindy is here. And it's so funny because Wendy, your name popped up. Popsicle, your name popped up right as she was asking the question. So that was, you know, super funny. Okay, let me put this on here so you can see what I did. So for this recipe, if you're just going to make one batch of this, and I'm only going to make one tonight, just, you know, for ease of time. But honestly, if we were making this if we were making this for, you know, for a potluck or something, or just for, you know, for our own family, we would make double this. So this is one batch of it, and it's going to serve, this is going to make 6 servings. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make a batch of my candied bacon, but you're only going to use 4 slices or 8 pieces of it. So the candied bacon recipe is for more than that. So anyway, so for this recipe, you're just going to make that much. That is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This has been sitting in the refrigerator. It is, I use Applegate Sunday bacon, and I'm actually making more than the 8 pieces because Casey and I will eat this in something else tomorrow. I use Applegate Sunday bacon because it is 1 point per slice. If you have a different kind of 1 point per slice bacon that you prefer, feel free to use that. And again, this is more than the 4 slices, which is 8 pieces that I just told you about. So the reason this is 8 pieces, I always cut, if I'm going to make my bacon in the air fryer, I cut it in half. If you do not cut it in half, it ends up in a big gnarly mess. So I always cut mine in half. And then you put those pieces of bacon in anything, a Ziploc bag. It's just a plastic container that we have here at work at Casey Kitchen Center. And then you're going to put, and again, you're going to have to go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com to get the recipe because we do not have time to cover the whole recipe in here and make the rest of this too. So you're going to put your choice of sugar-free syrup with it. And then if at all possible, if you can get access to this, you can either order it from Dax or you can order it from us here at Casey Kitchen Center. You can get this at CaseyKitchenCenter.com. Or if you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look under products, I don't remember. It's awful. It's awful. That's my website. Shopping? I don't know. Somebody help me. But it is Dax Red Mountain Rub. As if bacon needed a reason to be more delicious. Yeah, Red Mountain Rub. So delicious on bacon. You can use turkey bacon and you can use veggie bacon. So tastes equally good on those. Okay. So we have the 1 point per slice bacon, Carrie sugar-free syrup. I use Carrie's brand. You can use another brand if you like it. And the Dax Red Mountain Rub. And it has to be this one specifically. If you can't find, yeah, shop. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. If you can't find Dax, I'm just going to go ahead and recommend that you buy it. This is probably my 4th bottle this year. So I eat a lot of this. Okay, then you're going to put it in your air fryer. You're going to put it in there on 380 for like 8 to 10 minutes. Sometimes it needs 12 if I've put too much, the syrup on there. But if you have a Simple Living Products air fryer, remember we're going to scoop, not shove it in there. So when you put it in, use a scooping motion. Do you see how easy it popped in there when you do the scooping motion? Push the button on the front. This button is for the temperature. You're going to take it up to 380. This is for the time. I'm going to put it on 10 minutes because I've not cooked anything else in my air fryer. Sometimes if I've already made another batch of the bacon, then I just put it on 8 because it might be too loud with the, because it might be too hot. And Debbie says, Orlando Debbie says, everything is better with Red Mountain Rub. It seriously is. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure that's my 4th bottle of it this year. Yeah. Okay, so what are we making? Because I asked you to make bacon. We are making hot bacon broccoli slaw. So the hot bacon broccoli slaw, and again, you can make this vegan if you want to, and you can add some things to it. You can hashtag bulk it up if you want to, to make more of it depending on what the situation is. I think it's really good with, if you're on purple, it's really good with whole wheat pasta added to it, and you can make this. It is 3 points per serving, and there's going to be 6 servings when we get done. But if you hashtag bulk it up, if you're on purple, then the whole wheat pasta is 0 points. You just need to check check your full 0 points list before you start adding things to it. But you can make what we're going to make. If you add that, it's going to be like this big, so it's going to be huge. But you're going to start with a bag of broccoli slaw. This is about 3 cups of broccoli slaw. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump it in the container that it's going to end up in. So this is approximately 3 cups of broccoli slaw. And broccoli slaw, if you've never seen this, maybe you just never noticed at your grocery store, it is literally just shredded broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage. So it is definitely 0 points. If you scan this, like this particular brand, whoever entered this one into the WW app, whoever entered it the first time, somehow got 1 point. Okay, it's 0. There's nothing else in this. It's literally just broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage, no other ingredients. So that is about 3 cups of that. Then you're going to add to that, you are going to add 1 cup of light shredded cheese, and I use the Velveeta shredded cheese just because it's, I don't know, it's moist. I don't eat fat-free cheese, so that's probably never going to happen. Hello, Cheryl. So, fat-free cheese, you could use fat-free cheese if you wanted to, but for me, that's probably not ever going to happen. I am going to add 2 tablespoons of Ocean Spray, 50% less sugar cranberries. So if you can find these, use these because you can actually have more of them for the same number of points as the ones that are full sugar. But I'm going to use the 50% less sugar, and trust me, you're not going to need any other sugar with this. You don't need one with sugar. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, and in case you didn't know that, 2 tablespoons is 1/8 of a cup. So if you just want to put this out into 1/8 of a cup, measuring, cup instead, that is perfectly fine. Then we are going to make a dressing for this. So I'm just curious, because I'm talking really, really fast. So I'm just curious, who else has a recipe that uses broccoli slaw? So the broccoli slaw bag itself, because I'm talking so fast, we're probably going to get done like super duper early. It has a broccoli cranberry slaw recipe on the back, and then Casey makes pasta salad with it. So I'll explain, and yes, it's one cup of shredded cheese, or 1 cup of shredded light cheese. But the one on this bag is a bag of the broccoli slaw, 2 tablespoons of walnuts, 2 tablespoons of the sun-dried cranberries. So everybody agrees that that's the best thing to put in it. 1/4 of a cup of sour cream, and you could use non-fat plain Greek yogurt in place of the sour cream, or you could use light sour cream. And Ooh, Betty says she's gonna make this for Christmas. Yes, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. That's why we're doing this, because we will be having this for Christmas, and I'll be eating this for lunch the next few days. Oh, and Michelle adds it to her meatloaf muffins, and Lynn puts it in her egg roll in a bowl. Okay, so spill the beans. Tell us how you make meatloaf muffins, and how do you make an egg roll in a bowl? Yeah, we need to know more about that. And then it has white sugar, which you could use something like Truvia. Hello, Barbara. You could use something like Truvia in there, or monk fruit, the powdered monk fruit probably, and then celery seed and salt and pepper. So that one sounded really good. The version Casey makes is in a pasta salad. So you start with pasta, cooked pasta, and then she adds the broccoli slaw to it, and then a lot of the other ingredients. So, okay, I'm gonna make, let's see, Katie hasn't used the broccoli slaw, but her grandmother makes a broccoli salad that seems similar. Ooh, yeah, yum, yum, yum. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna put in mind though, so we've already got a bag, which is about 3 cups of the already shredded broccoli slaw. We have a cup of light shredded cheese. I used Velveeta shredded cheese. You can use whatever light brand of cheese you want to, or you can use fat-free cheese. I still think fat-free cheese. Let us know. And then 2 tablespoons of dried cranberries, and I use the 50% less sugar so that I can have more of them. And then in this bowl, I have a half of a cup. Oh wait, Barbara says she loves the pedal java coffee, that she wants the syrup. Ooh, yeah, because she was our big winner. I think she was prize pack number 2 for Chat 200. But this is a half of a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Please make sure that you get plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I had somebody try to make this with regular yogurt, and it was, I mean, it was okay, but it was just super, super runny. I don't know. And Trish says, ooh, it'll be great with honey baked ham for Christmas. That sure will. So it's a half a cup of that, a half a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and then I have 2 tablespoons of light mayonnaise. So again, it's any brand of light mayonnaise, and you just need 2 tablespoons of it. Then I need my teaspoon. Let me find that. Then it has, you want a little bit of something sweet, because you're going to be surprised by the next, maybe surprised by the next thing I put in. But you're going to do a teaspoon of, I use Truvia baking blend. I know I have some monk fruit, but I've never tried this recipe with monk fruit. So I'll probably need to try that for the next one, but since I wanted this one to turn out exactly like it always turns out, I did not do that. Okay, then the next ingredient, it's 2 teaspoons of Truvia. Hold on, I'm talking instead of measuring. 2 teaspoons of Truvia. Just enough to sweeten, and you can come back, I'm not even gonna put a whole second one in there. So you can come back, you know, and add a little bit more if you need to, because the bacon already has a little bit on it too. And that is a-okay, Barbara. So we're gonna put that on there, and then we're gonna use red wine vinegar, not white vinegar, not any other form of vinegar. So red wine vinegar, we're gonna use that. And the red wine vinegar, I don't know, you have to use this kind. Rice wine vinegar would probably be okay, but the red wine vinegar is just, it is so good. And I'm sorry, we're gonna have to, whoa, we gotta check on the bacon. Hold on, sorry. See, that thing is so quiet. The Simple Living Products air fryer is so quiet that sometimes I'll forget that I've got it going on behind me. Okay, and because I put so much bacon in here this time, I put more than what I told you to make. We're actually gonna have to probably cook it for just a couple more minutes. So, Simple Living Products air fryer is so easy. If you need to do it for a couple more minutes, all you do is touch the time, crank it up for a couple more minutes, push the go button again, and you are good to go. Okay, but red wine vinegar is so good. Okay. Oh, and Lynn says the egg roll in a bowl recipe is from Pound Dropper. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, so my recipe for civilians. So for civilians who have not, and thank you, Barbara. I'm sorry, Barbara said she liked my haircut. So this is the first time I've gotten my haircut since COVID. So I didn't let her cut a whole lot off, but Hopefully she's evened out the color a little bit. But for civilians, you're going to start with 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And then I'm going to show you what Casey and I do. Okay, so red wine vinegar, again, it tastes different than white vinegar. It's just, I don't know, it just really makes this recipe super, super special. So, but you needed the Truvia or the monk fruit or whatever kind of sweetener that you're going to use in there. You needed it to sweeten up the vinegar. This has such a good flavor, and I really probably should have put this in a bigger bowl. You know, when I'm at home, I don't put things in these cute little glass bowls that you can see through. This is just for you all. You can use a whisk if you want to. Oh, and Michelle says the meatloaf muffins are from Hungry Girl. So I love them. Hungry Girl has had, let me tell you, while I'm stirring this, she has had the most fun things on her website here lately. Do you all agree? She's just so cute. I mean, she's absolutely adorable, and I have loved, most of the time when I get a bunch of mail, a bunch of email in the morning, I'm like, oh, delete, 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 delete. I almost always go and check hers out because they are so cute. Okay, so see how creamy this is now? So this is super creamy. If you need, you can add, if you need to add a little bit of water, because you're going to use this as a dressing for the broccoli slaw. But if you need it to use it as if you need it a little bit thinner, you can add either a little bit more red wine vinegar or you can add a little bit of water. Okay, so this is for us. Okay, I would not do this if I was serving this to company, but, and only just to show you all the difference in the taste. So don't do this if you're making this for your friends. So that's good. You know, it's a little bit sweet. So Casey and I add about 2 more tablespoons. So I'm just saying, you need to make it with the 2 tablespoons first, but since we're eating this, I'm adding 2 more. So when you start the recipe, do the 3 cups of broccoli slaw, do the, make the candied bacon like we're making, do the light mayonnaise, and you're gonna do 2 tablespoons of light mayonnaise, a half a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Start out with a tablespoon or 2 of red wine vinegar, 1 or 2 teaspoons of Truvia baking blend, and just kind of play with it until it tastes, you know, how you want it to taste. And you're gonna put that in there with the cheese, the cranberries, and the broccoli slaw. But through the magic of television, what? Somehow I already have bacon, even though our bacon is still over there cooking. Somehow I already have bacon. So before you turn, I'm sorry, my hair is in my way. Before you put the dressing on there, and look, I mean, look how smooth that is. So before you put that dressing on there, go ahead and take your cooled off. Do not do this while it is hot. I know hot bacon is hot. Okay, hot bacon is hot, but hot candied bacon is super hot. It is super hot. It'll like scorch your fingers. So go ahead and crumble your bacon up. And remember, this is candied bacon is what we used, and this is on the IfYouHaveAnEgg.com website already. It's already on the blog, and that is, it's just IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And when you get there, if you search for candied, I think it's the only thing that's candied. But again, you can use turkey bacon if you want to. This is 1 point per slice Applegate Sunday bacon. You can even use veggie bacon. If you do the veggie bacon, put it in, add like a teaspoon of some kind of oil, whatever your favorite kind of oil is. Add about a teaspoon of that before you put it in whatever container you're gonna like kind of shake it up and let it marinate in, because the veggie bacon needs just a little bit of fat on it. And the oil is fine. You don't have to use animal fat, but do that before you cook it in the air fryer, or it's gonna burn. And don't cook it for nearly as long. We'll probably have to have a veggie bacon frying or air frying class sometime. Okay, so get that all put on there. And again, this is 3 points per serving. Ooh, and the other veggie bacon is done now. And if you have not seen the Swedish dishcloths yet, and I'm not trying to sell these right now, but I really kind of sort of am. We got in all of our Christmas ones this last 2 weeks, and they are so awesome for wiping off hands. They are awesome for wiping off countertops, cleaning. I cleaned my glasses with them earlier, but look, they're little chickens with little winter hats. Okay, so we have the next batch of bacon is ready to go. Oh yeah. So this is what the bacon looks like. That's what the bacon looks like in the air fryer. So how awesome is this? And then as this cools down, it's a little bit droopy just because it has the maple syrup still on it. But the candied bacon, yeah, it's one of my favorites. So we're gonna put the new candied bacon, over here, and one of them tried to escape into my dressing. So I'll just have to eat you later. I will have to eat you later because you jumped into my dressing. But doing this in the air fryer, doing the bacon in the air fryer, again, what's dripping on this is not bacon fat because the bacon fat is in the bottom. What's dripping in this is all of that leftover syrup that was on there. And since we have plenty of time, I'm going to show you real quick what comes out of, this is 1 point per slice bacon. And I'm going to try and do this without spilling it all over everything. But look how much comes out. We'll just use that as a little buffer of this. And if you were frying this on the stove, this would be a ginormous mess to clean up. Okay, this isn't even all of it. I'm going to stop before I pour all of it in there. But if you use your air fryer for your bacon, look how much fat. Gross. And this is even, again, this is 1 point. This is not even like full fatty, whatever bacon. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix this up so we can taste it, because y'all know how much I love to taste everything. And then if John is watching this, or he's probably already headed over here to get me, he is probably thinking, oh yeah, because he loves this, and so do I. Again, you can add pasta to this if you need to #bulk it up. You can, I know Loretta says bacon grease is good. It is, but girls, we're supposed to be thinking about our health also. You can add chicken to this. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this, but here's what it looks like. And good with the Mevo camera, y'all can actually see it. That's what it looks like before. Oh, and this is another salad that's really good if you leave it overnight. So it's one, you know how sometimes you have to make something right before you leave to go to where, wherever you're going to. This one, it's even better the next day. So if you leave everything and let it sit overnight, it is really, really, really good. Okay. So we have our broccoli slaw, our cheese, our non-fat plain Greek yogurt, our candied bacon off of IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I think I already said our cheese, our red wine vinegar. We've got all of that, and we're going to mix it together really good. Oh, our cranberries, our dried cranberries. And again, on the dried cranberries, you don't have to use the lower, the 50% less sugar, but I like to just to make sure that I, don't waste any points in there, because I'm telling you, the 50% less sugar tastes exactly like the regular kind. I mean, literally, if you put them side by side, I do not think you could tell the difference in them. And remember, you're going to do the Truvia and the red wine vinegar to taste. So you are going to do those to taste, and somehow I always manage to talk right up until the end, even when I say I'm not going to. Oh, Loretta wants to know how long will it keep in the refrigerator with the dressing. Honestly, we eat it so fast that I don't know what the longest date is, but I mean, I've eaten it up to like 3 days later, and it was still good. I probably wouldn't, just because it does have a little bit of mayonnaise and the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, I probably wouldn't leave it more than 3 days. But really, it's so delicious, I don't think it's going to last that long. Okay. And remember, this is 6 servings, so if you wanted, so tomorrow, let's say if I wanted to have 2 servings of it for lunch tomorrow, that would still just be 6 points for that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try it. I'll try to take a little bitty bite so that y'all don't have to listen to me chewing broccoli and bacon for 5 minutes. My gosh. That bacon is perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect with that bacon. Perfection. So if you've not ever made candy bacon, you have to stop and make some right now. If you do not have any Red Mountain Rub, you have to stop and order some right now. And again, you can get it from us at CaseyKitchenCenter.com. Gosh, that's good. I'm gonna have some of that when I get home. CaseyKitchenCenter.com or on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look under shop, because somebody told me earlier it's under shop. Or Dax, you can go straight onto their website too. And sorry, Loretta wants to know how much mayonnaise and how much yogurt. So it was a half a cup of plain non-fat plain Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons of light mayonnaise. And Jessica will be posting this. If I stop and take some pictures real quick, then she will be posting this probably tomorrow. And Vicky says walnuts would be good too. That would be really good in it. But okay, so if y'all have any other ideas, like the meatloaf muffins and like the unstuffed egg rolls, yeah, if y'all want to post those too, that would be awesome. So if you're not already in our closed group, it's just If You Have an Egg over on Facebook. And if you go over there and if you find it, you're gonna have, of course, Debbie shared the link earlier, but if you go over there and find it, you're gonna have to answer 3 questions before we will let you in. We share lots of recipes over there, but I would love for y'all to share some more. Don't forget to do your homework. Today is December the 13th. So ladies, you know it's coming up really soon. So if you celebrate Hanukkah, you're already in it. You were already in it. So you might need to make some of this. And if you celebrate Christmas, it is coming up super duper fast. If you just celebrate yummy in your tummy, make it tomorrow. So, okay, so Jessica will get that put up for us very soon. But for the rest of you all, I am going to say good night. I'm going to go make sure that John is here to get me so that we can go home and eat this for supper. But I will see you ladies later. If you're watching this later on YouTube, go ahead and watch the next video. Again, I don't know which side it's on. Casey's going to have to tell me if I'm pointing in the right direction, because with the new camera, I don't know. But if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and let the next video roll over. Or you can subscribe. I would love for y'all to subscribe. I don't know why people are unsubscribing, but anyway, so go ahead and subscribe. And then hit that little bell so that you'll be notified of the next video, or you can order a spreadshirt. And this lovely apron came off of our spreadshirt store. But y'all have a great week. I have so enjoyed being here again. Just know that, oh wait, have y'all seen Dusty in his pajamas? Hold on, at the risk of him wanting some of this bacon. Come here, buddy. In case I haven't shown you Dusty in his pajamas. That's what he looks like. So I woke him up. Somehow with all this bacon cooking, he was still sleeping, but anyway, y'all have an amazing week. I will see you next week, and we'll probably make something yummy again because we will be counting down the days until Christmas. So y'all have a great week. I will talk to you later. Bye.